All right, class, Mr. Cooper here. We are tackling Module 3, Lesson 8, Problem Set. So let's get started. So here we are in Lesson 8. We are going to be adding and subtracting whole numbers with mixed numbers. And if you're not actually in Mr. Cooper's class, we're going to not be using the line method like the book says. I'm going to be just teaching how to do this straightforward, and that's the way I'll have my students do it on the exit ticket. So we're looking right here. What does it say? Add or subtract. So what do we notice here? First is that we've got a whole number and a mixed number. Now, when we want to add or subtract anything to do with fractions, we need to make sure that the units are the same. So how do we make sure the units are the same? Let's zoom in even more on this picture. So with something like this, what we want to do is look at, let me make this bigger, the unit at the bottom of the fraction. Notice how all of these have a whole number and a mixed number, or these have two mixed numbers. Luckily, they're in the same denominator. There's a whole number and a mixed number, whole number, right? So we need to be looking at the fraction in order to help us do this. So first thing we need to do is rewrite this equation, but in the terms of the same units. So I'm looking here, and I see a 5. Now, I want to put this 2 in terms of fifths, right? Because this fifths is the unit that we need to work in. Well, how do I write 2 as fifths? Well, what is 2 times 5? The answer is 10. And we get 10. 10 what? 10 fifths. Right? So if we want to figure out how to change the whole number to the unit, we just do that number times that bottom unit and then put the product above the fifth. Because what's 10 divided by 5? It's 2. And that's all a fraction is. It's an unsolved division problem. Now we have to get this mixed number into an improper fraction. So how many times is 1, or what is 1 times 5? Well, 1 times 5 is 5, right? And then we add that 5 to this number right here, which is 5 plus 1 equals 6. So here we have 6 fifths. We have 10 fifths plus 6 fifths. Now you see they both are fifths at the bottom, so now we can go ahead and start to solve this. So 10 plus 6 equals 16 fifths. But now I need, when I have a number at the top, an improper fraction, I need to simplify it and change it back to a mixed number. So I ask myself, how many times does 5 go into 16? What's 16 divided by 5? Right, so I come over here, I do 16 divided by 5. 5 goes into 16 3 times, minus 15. That gives me 1. And 1 what? Remember, we're in 5th grade now. We're not going to be doing those remainders anymore. I don't have any more numbers to bring down, and 5 doesn't fit into 1. So it's 3 and 1 fifth. I got the 1 from my remainder, and I got the 5 from what I'm dividing by. So my answer, my final answer is going to be 3 and 1 fifth. So I'm going to do this with you. I'm going to do B with you, and then I'm going to release you to start trying to do them in chunks by yourself. Okay, so let's look at B. We got to first rewrite this in the terms of the unit. What's our unit? Eighths. So what is 2 times 8? Well, it's 16 what? Eighths, right? So 2 becomes 16 eighths because 16 divided by 8 equals 2. 2 times 8 equals 16, right? So now my 2 has changed into the form of eighths. Then 1 times 8 is what? It's 8 plus 3 gives us 11, right? 11 eighths. And then we're going to subtract this. 16 minus 11 gives me 5 eighths. And that can't be simplified anymore. It's not. It's a proper fraction, right? The number on top is smaller than the number on the bottom, and it can't be simplified. So 5 eighths is our answer. We're going to do C and D and stop and check our answers. So I want you to try to do C and D by yourself, and then when you're ready to move on, go ahead and pause the video, unpause the video and check your answers, and then we'll move on. We don't want to do them all in case there's something that you're doing wrong. We're going to just do 2 at a time. So C and D, go ahead and do them by yourself. So let's check our answers for C and D. For C, I got 8, even, just the number 8. Okay, if you didn't get it, just pause and check this work. D, I got the answer 1 5/7. Okay, if you did not get it, pause the video and check your work and see what you did wrong. And if you don't understand, come and talk to Mr. Cooper. In the meantime, let's go ahead and move on to E and F. Try those by yourself, and then we'll unpause the video in 3, 2, 1. So our answers are 17. 17 3/4. If you didn't get that, pause the video, check your answers. And for F, we've got 1 1/3. If you didn't get that, pause your video, check your answer. If you still don't understand what you did wrong, come and talk to Mr. Cooper. And then go ahead and try to do G and H by yourself, and I'll pause the video and have the answers up in 3, 2, 1. So here we have our answers. 32 2/3. Let me screw in on that. 32 2/3. Check your work. Make sure it's right. And 79 1/8. Check your work and make sure you got it right. If you're starting to get the hang of this, kiss your brain. If you're still not sure what's going on, pause the video and come and talk with Mr. Cooper. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and move on. So number 2 says Calvin had 30 minutes in timeout. For the first 23rd and 1/3 minutes, Calvin counted spots on the ceiling. For the rest of the time, he made faces at his stuffed tiger. How long did Calvin spend making faces at his tiger? Okay, so I want you to go ahead and try to set this up and see what kind of answer you get. And try just setting up. What's the problem going to be? Is it going to be addition, subtraction, multiplication, division? Just go ahead and write the first step and then resume the video, and I'll have that answer popped up for you in 3, 2, 1. So it should start off looking something like this, right? 30 minus 23 1/3. So go ahead and solve this, and remember there's words in the problem, so there should be words in your solution. Go ahead and try to do this by yourself. So your answer should say Calvin spent 6 2/3 minutes making faces at his tiger. Kiss your brain if you got it right. If you didn't get it right, check your work. See what's different. See what I did and find the spot where you went wrong. And if you don't get it, come and talk to Mr. Cooper. Let's look at 3. Linda planned to spend 9 hours practicing piano this week. By Tuesday, she had spent 2.5 hours practicing. How much longer does she need to practice to reach her goal? Go ahead and see if you can just set up the problem. What's it going to look like? 9 divided by 2.5, 9 plus 2.5. What is it going to be? Go ahead and pause the video, and I'll have the answer up in 3, 2, 1. So your setup should say 9 minus 2 1/2. Okay? So at this time, go ahead and try to solve this by yourself, and then I'll have the answer pop up in 3, 2, 1. So we have Linda needs 6.5 hours more to reach her goal. Kiss your brain if you got that right. If you didn't get it right, check your work. Check what I did and see if you can figure out what you did wrong. Let's go ahead and move on. Gary says that 3 minus 1 and 1/3 will be more than 2, since 3 minus 1 is 2. Draw a picture to prove Gary wrong. Okay, well at this time, you can draw a picture if you want, or you can just solve the math and show him why he is wrong. I would accept either one. So go ahead and pause the video, and I'll have the answer pop up in 3, 2, 1. So here I showed a picture model. I drew 3. So remember, same thing up here. We do 3 is really 9/3. Okay, so every 3 is going to be one whole by itself. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 5/3, 6/3, 7/3, 8. No, 4/3, 5/3, 6/3, 7/3, 8/3, and 9/3. And I'm going to take away one whole and then one more third, and that's going to leave me with 1 and 2/3. Or you could have solved it the way that we've been doing it today. Either way, you're going to get this number, and 1 and 2/3 is less than 2. So Gary was wrong. Sorry, Gary. I hope you feel good about this. If there's anything that you still have a question on, go ahead and come and talk to Mr. Cooper. We're going to do the exit ticket together at the end of the class. So make sure, if you're not sure, to check with me before that. Do whatever I have for you up on the board, and I'll catch you next time.